All right, recording time. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another one of these. Um, Here, I'm host Mike Mo here at the house. So, um, so I am free for 2 weeks or more. So, so yeah, so you guys know during the summer, usually um, now I'm not going to Watkins Glen this year, but so, tomorrow night, well, I'm taking 2 weeks off, and, cause I have vacation time that I procured, at work. So I'm going, on vacation for 2 weeks, and I'm leading off. Um, I've been visiting my brother Miles since he moved down to Virginia last year. So actually taking a trip down to Virginia. Be nice to go see him and uh, see my sister-in-law, his wife Caitlin, and um, so I am not flying because flying is too expensive. Um, so I'm taking the train down to Virginia tomorrow night, and I'm doing an overnighter um, from 7:55 from South Station all the way to Richmond, Virginia. Not early in the morning, by about 10 o'clock in the morning, at Richmond. So yeah, I'm I'm probably gonna chronicle my stay there and try to take some photos, take some video of the state, and go to Virginia Beach and a bunch of other stuff. It'll be fun. So yeah, so I'm all packed and I'm all ready to go. Kind of needed this, because retail sucks, So it's just you just need to get away. It's going good, but you just gotta take a breather in the middle of the summer and just relax and take a step, because it's gonna be there, because it's still gonna be there when I get back. So it's not like it's gonna go away. So yeah, so I'm going. So I'm gonna be leaving tomorrow night, about 7:55, and as I said, I'm gonna take an overnighter. I'm actually excited, to actually take a train ride, um, and not be stuck on a bus for 10 hours or 13 hours, which was interesting. If I ever go back to New York, um, I'm definitely I'm definitely taking the train to New York, if because I'm definitely the bus they get cheaper, but it's also better for comfort because you can move around. And what's good about this is I'm booked in business class, which means I will get a free complimentary non-alcoholic beverage, that I can get. Um, it's better than that, because I won't have to spend any freaking money on drinks and stuff like that, because I'll have a bunch of water packed with me and snacks and stuff like that to eat on there. So I didn't want to reveal it till I knew I was practically going, and I had the time off. So I'm just gonna enjoy these 2 weeks, and and have fun. So wasn't gonna be able to see my brother play some coach some baseball games, scout a little bit, see how just to see how his world works, and take in some of the scenery. If in Virginia, see some cool stuff, and have some fun. Have some fun. So, and 2 weeks. So I'm going to be going the 9th through the 9th through the let's see. So I'm going to be going through the 12th. Through the 19th. And then then her and Miles are going to go up, they're going to come back up here. I'm actually going to be traveling in car for 10 hours on either the 19th or the 20th, and we're going straight back home. So, well, we're actually leaving on the 19th and we're going straight back home. We're getting out at we're leaving at 5 a.m. next week to go back up to Boston. And go and stay home, and then the next week after that, obviously back to the grind and feel a little refreshed. So yeah, I will. I will keep you guys posted and just tell you how it goes. I'll tell you my thing. I'm not going to be posting too much of the train trip because I'll be probably sleeping most of it. Stuff with that. I'll be sleeping most of it. So, I'll probably need dinner before I go tomorrow night, probably at 6 o'clock, probably at 5 o'clock, and then, because I don't want to get anything on the train, because the train prices are horrible, everything's too expensive. It used to be a lot cheaper, but unfortunately that's not the case. So, so in other news, switching from gear to gear, switching to other news, Forza has finally released two of my favorite things. They've released a Porsche, they have released a new racetrack, and that Porsche is a Penske Porsche 963. And the track was part of the free download, Update 9, and then the Porsche was part of a free bundle. Nice. It was nice. It's part of a free bundle. It's gonna cost it's gonna cost everybody else that misses out on it next week $5, so that's pretty cool, seeing Sebring again, and driving Sebring. I have to say, Forza's panned out quite a bit. They've done quite a good job recovering the state of the game and making it better. And, I'm having a lot more fun with it. So, it's a lot of people hemming and hawing. They're like, "Oh, this is ridiculous. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, this is not gonna work. This is a waste of money." I did not have to do that. So when I bought the game, Actually, I didn't buy it, but so when I got the game, I got a Game Pass, so and that allowed me to run and get the collector's edition, which was $30. So I basically got the whole game and all the add-ons and a season pass for $30. It's basically a steal. So I wouldn't say it's completely free, but at least it was better than paying the full price. Because if I paid for the whole thing myself, it would have probably been about $100. So that was going to be a lot of money. So plus a lot of people were hesitant whether it be good or not. I actually like it. I don't know what people are stammering around about. I'm having a ball. I have the wheel and stuff like that. And what's hilarious is you can feel every single solitary bump and bruise through that wheel. And they're sporting True Force now with the update. So in future updates, so now the car will really feel like you're driving. And with Sebring, I can't wait to try the wheel at Sebring. So, try the wheel at Sebring. I'll try that maybe. I'll probably try that maybe. I'll try that sometime. Maybe I'll try that when I get back from my trip. So, so yeah. I definitely like Forza. Great game. It's an amazing game. It's good value, and it's finally good to see that you can be creative in these games and have, you can customize the car you want. You can put engines that you want. Well, not all the engines that you want. You have a selection of engine swaps for some of them. Race cars aren't included. Race cars do not have engine swaps. So yeah, so Forza's good. I also wanted to talk about my upload schedule and how shaky it's been. It's not been the best this year, and I'm only at day 48. I think this is day 49. I know I have more videos with you guys, but I'll do the travel vlogs when I go to Virginia, and a lot of them won't be commentated, but I'm just gonna take video and and I'm not really gonna commentate a lot unless I'm by myself, so to speak. And be cool to see VA for the first time. So I wanted to talk car news today. So one thing that's been on my mind forever is another thing that's been on my mind. I'm going to do a top 10. I'm going to do a top 10 of top 10 facts about racing games. So we're talking about Forza and we're talking about motorsport. And these are going to be a little quicker, so I won't be here as long. So one fun fact was one fun fact that you should know about what was or weird not facts that I will know about that I know about racing games. So one odd fact about racing games that one odd fact about racing games that I know is that actually I'm not going to do racing games. It's boring. Um, and maybe I'll do 10 facts, you guys. 10 facts you didn't know about the Corvette. How about that? Favorite car in the whole world. So, so one fact about the Corvette that's kind of weird and kind of hilarious was um, the first one. Um, the first the first one, no particular order. So, so the first one that's really weird and really people may not be aware of it. A lot of people think that the Corvette was just a two-door sports car, coupe and convertible, and target top. There was actually a prototype called the CERV, the Corvette Experimental Road Vehicle, or and these were experimental cars that used Corvette parts and stuff like that. Eventually, I think it turned into some highfalutin turbine project, but the CRV, I forget if it's the first one or the second one, actually looked like a Formula One car or an Indian, or it was supposed to be like an Indianapolis car. You guys can look up the CRV cars. It had a stock block engine, because you could have a stock block V8 up to, I think, 305 cubic inches at Indy. And it was a push rod engine. That whole was started in the 1960s. I think it was either 61 or 62 by Parnelli Jones, when he brought a six-cylinder Stowbolt 6 to the not a Stowbolt 6, but a straight 6 to the party, and it went up against the Offenhauser. But so there was actually a Indy style roadster made out of a Corvette engine. I think it was either, can't remember if it was a 283 or a 327. It might have been a 283, or it might have either been a 265, 383, or actually it might have been 265 de-stroked, because the limit back then was 255 cubic inches, or like 4.2 or 4.3 liter, 4.4 liters at Indy. And actually, no, it was 4.4, so I think it was like 265 cubic inches. Actually 255. No, it's two. No, I think it was 255 cubic inches back then. So that was one fact. So number 9, there was a concept car. There were plenty of Italian. There were actually different. I think there was like there was a couple different Corvettes that were designed by Pininfarina, Giario, and I think Torin, and a lot of different Italian automakes, like Isogriffio, Monteverdi would use and a bunch of other ones would use 327 and 283 and 327 and 396 engines, and they would, especially the Isogriffo, would use the V8, and it would it's, you guys look that up. So it was used in a lot of coach building. A lot of coach building. You can look them all up. I'm not going to show any photos. Number 8, there was actually a rotary Corvette. They actually put a rotary engine, turbo rotary engine with about, I think it was about 400 horsepower. This was around 1974, 1975. This was right around when the gas crisis hit. So you guys can only imagine that was scrapped very fast because of the fuel economy, because of the poor fuel economy back then. There was also number 8. There was actually number 7. There was also a turbo vet, a couple turbo vets, and there's also a couple of turbo Corvettes that were run. And the Corvette has been used in one movie, kind of Corvette Summer. If you've ever seen it, it's with Mark Hamill and some other girl, and he's got this weird looking Corvette. It's like late 70s. This was like just before he became famous for Star Wars. So, and number 6 would be that it was featured in Route 60. That Corvettes were featured in Route 66. Featured in Route 66 between the early 50s and the mid 60s. I think it was like till 1963, 1964. They actually used Corvettes up the first generation and the second generation. They used one each season, and they go up and down Route 66. The characters, and they go up and they solve problems and crimes and help people with stuff. I mean, they even used the axle on the back of the car to an oil rig or an oil well to help pump oil. Pretty cool. How ingenious they were, and how resourceful they were with this car. The fourth well-known fact is that there have been 9 racing generations of Corvette. Or 9 different race cars that Corvette Racing has used. So there have been cars from the C1 era, SCCA. C2 was International SCCA, and they ran at Sebring, Daytona, Le Mans, and a bunch of other places. With the third generation was the one that really got the attention. This is when the cars got the big block, like the 427, the 454. C4 Corvette really didn't race anywhere. It raced a couple of times, but it had its own series over here, and it also ran into GTO and in Trans Am in the 70s, 80s, 90s. Still does. Then there's the C5R, which was well known. I watched that. And then there was the C6R, and I've seen all the C6R's races, and I've seen all the C7R's races, which was the 427, and then eventually the C6. Wow, the C6R, I've seen all the iterations, and then the C7R, the C8, and then the Z06 GT3R, which probably we'll see next summer when I go back to Watkins next year. So yeah, and they've had different ones. They've had drag racing ones, they've had racing ones, they've had endurance racing ones, sprint races, which is what Trans Am is. And number 3 And number 3, the Corvette. Did you guys know the Corvette was going to be axed? Was going to be axed once, 1955, 1956, because it got outsold by the T-Bird. Then there was the number 2. The number 2 would be that there have been over a million sold in the last 70 years. And that's number 1. That's how old the Corvette is. Corvette is over 71 years old. It's one of the oldest running sports cars of all time. Well, actually, minus 1 year, because they didn't produce them in 83. So technically, they only produced them 70 years, but I think they had 83 and a halves. So they only produced them. So they only skipped 1 model year. That's kind of an extra fact, but yeah. So, all right, guys, I am going to talk to you guys later. I will update you guys in the morning, and I'll see you guys the next time you guys will see me. Maybe I'll be in Virginia, who knows. So yeah, hello, and I will be having fun. So but yeah, guys, peace out, and I'll see you guys later.